can hear me loud and clear, let me know and also give me a shout of where you're tuning in from. I'm here in Austin, Texas, and I hear a couple fireworks happening right now. Actually, I'm sorry, I just realized I need to enable chat. None of y'all can chat. I want you guys to see each other's comments because this is actually live. Okay, boom. Should be able to say hello and introduce yourself now in the chat. I think. Someone prove it. Yes. Josie, hello. Yo, yo. What up, RG? Leo. Okay, tune in. Where are you tuning in from? I'd like to just prove in the first minute that this is actually live. It's not pre-recording, so I'm gonna try to give as many shout outs as I can. Speed round. Oh my gosh, it's coming in fast. Alex says, yo, Adrian. Julia from Seneca, South Carolina. Nicole from New York. Tulsa, Oklahoma in the house. Todd. Sonia, hello from Houston. Amanda from Vermont. Steve from New Jersey. Damien, Anaheim Hills, California. Bart says hello. Vashti says, hey, y'all. New Orleans in the house. Rick, Illinois. David, North Carolina. Stephanie Grimm, Atlanta. Macy Freed says hello. What's up, everybody? Does everyone do you need more proof that this is live, or do you feel like, okay, I'm actually on a real live recording. This is not a fake auto replay. This is the real thing. Y'all feel good? Okay. Laura's in Colorado. LOL, it's live. Yes. Okay, it is live. Toby's also from Texas. Awesome. Cool. Well, now that you believe me that we're actually live, today's first of all, thank you so much for joining. And today's going to be an exciting training that I think is going to be worth every single minute. If you have any interest in making 2026 the best year yet in terms of your finances, business, side hustle, if you've been trying to get into this online game, now's the perfect time. Now's the best time to do it. So let me go ahead and share my screen and we'll get this party started. Okay. And full transparency, I don't normally go live. I like more of a passive income kind of guy. So bear with me on a couple speed bumps, but that just shows that it's actually a live training. Okay, I can see your chats. I would love for you to ask questions the entire time. I got your questions. I see your questions here. I also have one of my teammates also on the live. Her name is Sydney. And so you might see Sydney in the chat or answering questions for you as well. And if I at the end, when I get through my official training that I want to leave everyone here with today, I will answer every single question until there's no more questions. Um, and oh yeah, someone says hi, an AI clone. I promise. Okay, here's the other proof that this is not an AI clone. Check these hands, yo. That's 10 digits. You know AI is still so bad at doing these hands, right? All right, everybody. Let's get started. So today I want to talk about how to make money in any niche with just $5 a day using AI and ads. Um, AI has been something I've been using for a little bit, for a long time, and now it feels like in the last couple months, it's doing everything. It's almost doing everything. The other thing this is what if you're tuning in for me for the first time, this is what I'm probably most famous for online. Why building micro income streams is the safest way to build a business and life you love. Actually, I am curious if this is the very first time you've ever been on a live with me. Would you type in the number one so I have a good idea of the people here? And then if you have been on a live with me before, would you put the number two? Just I just know if I got any familiar faces. I see a lot of ones. Awesome. Some twos. That's great. Mostly ones though. So awesome. Super nice to meet you. And thank you so much for tuning in today. We're going to make it worth it. I have taught over 30,000 people my systems and I love doing it. It's super fun. Okay. So really quickly, because time is valuable, I'm going to quickly say some things which may make you want to hop on this live, and that's totally cool. So if you're into high risk, high reward types of relationships with money and business, this is not for you. I'm a very conservative entrepreneur. I've never maxed out my credit cards to do anything. I've never put the mortgage on anything. Like I'm super conservative, and a lot of my business models that I teach and I do myself are the same way. They're like they start out with making one sale and growing from there. It's not about taking massive financial risk, which means there's not a huge upside. I don't have any instant millionaires who take my class in the next week, they're a millionaire. It just doesn't work like that. So if you value instant gratification over long-term mindset, I'm probably not going to be a good teacher for you as well. If you're already making 100K a year from AI and ads, this training in particular is meant for the beginner who's not doing that. So if you're already doing that, this is probably going to be too easy for you, and you probably can find someone else out there as well. I need people who have a good mindset that when you receive the first obstacle, you don't give up. You figure it out, and you lean on support. And then we have a ton of support to help you. People that think they know it all, and of course, because I'm talking about AI and ads, and I'm going to be really upfront about costs on everything here. You need at least $5 a day. So if you're someone that is at a time right now where $5 a day is too much, or you have to decide if you got to put food on the table or $5 a day to try to launch this business, I would say this isn't for you as well.
Welcome to the new rich.
I'm going to pause that. That video that was playing is my most popular video I've ever made in my whole life. 500 million people have heard this audio.
Don't care what kind of house you live in or what kind of car you drive. We don't care about those.
Sorry, I'm kind of going off topic here, but did anyone follow me at all when I was living in the van? I got really popular on TikTok, million followers. I was like, it was during the pandemic, and this is where I went from like I used to be a pro dancer. I danced for T-Pain, and this is where like I got really popular because I would talk about being a minimalist and being a millionaire at the same time, and how wealth is not about objects, it's about time. So I see a bunch of people are saying, yes, 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 love that. That's where I found you. Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much for following me for now. Gosh, pandemic was 30 years ago. So thank you so much. $5 a day is what you need. You need internet. You need a laptop. I have some people that message me and say, I love the opportunity, but I only have a phone. And I'm just going to keep it real. You got to have a laptop. You need at least an hour a day. So here's what's crazy. AI, what I'm about to show you today, it's pretty life-changing once you realize what it can do. And all you need is 1 hour a day with the right strategy, because AI is like having employees who are doing all the work. So it's a really cool time, and you don't need any experience needed. All right, this is my promise for you today. These three takeaways. If I do not deliver on these, then you have permission to call me a scammer or a fraud online. All right. One, I'm gonna talk about the most incredible opportunity we have right now with AI in terms of making money, starting a business. This is my personal opinion, so you may disagree with me, but I think this is amazing. How to use AI to create what a value income is. I'm going to teach you what value income means, and then also how to use AI to create a powered passive income. And I'm going to teach you what passive income means to me. So if that sounds good to you, say sounds good, or even say I'm going to hold you to it, and I'm going to deliver on these promises here. This is what you're going to walk away with for sure. And then as a bonus, because this is what I really believe in, I see a bunch of sounds good in the chat, hold you to it. I'm going to teach you the power of AI micro income streams. And I'm going to keep talking about micro income streams because I think this is a great idea, concept, especially for a beginner to get in this head. A lot of beginners, they are like, I'm not even going to ask the chat because I don't want to see this, but I know like as a beginner, the first goal everyone has is I want to make 10K a month. And it's like everyone has this idea. I want to make 6 figures. I hear you. But you know what you got to do first? You got to build a micro income stream. You got to get your first sale first. And I think that's a more realistic, tangible way to process what you need to do versus a pie in the sky number of I want to be a millionaire. I want to make 6 figures, 10K a month, which is totally different. So micro income streams, how to do that with AI. I have 4 slides that are about me, and then the rest of this is training. So I'll make this super quick since some people here have tuned into me, but I did see a lot of ones. So very quickly, 2010, I uploaded my first video on the internet. It was dancing the robot. I learned how to do it in Dubuque, Iowa. That's me as a go-go dancer dancing at a tiny little casino. And after a couple years, I got really lucky. God's miracle. I got the opportunity to dance for T-Pain. That's me right there, dancing as a backup dancer for T-Pain with a skunk mohawk, a haircut that my parents did not like. After dancing for T-Pain, as fast as it came, it went away. And I found myself back in Dubuque, Iowa. um, 2012, and I basically was like a professional dancer in Dubuque, Iowa. Not the best place to be a pro dancer, let me tell you that. And I didn't want to move to LA, and so I went to YouTube to try to really make a go at this thing, and it did not go anywhere. In fact, after I had to get a job at a cubicle, I made 27K a year, and then after 2 years, I made 45 cents. Now, here's what's crazy. That 45 cents felt like $1 million. And actually, this is what, when I think about teaching beginners, this is my favorite thing to gift, hopefully you, is your feeling of your first sale. I don't care if it's 45 cents for me. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's a lot more money on your first payday. But it feels like so cool. I equate it to like if you've never been able to do a pull-up or a push-up and you're working really hard in the gym and you finally do your first pull-up and push-up, it feels like you're Arnold Schwarzenegger. So that's that same feeling. I love gifting that. But fast forward a few years, 2015, I'm staying on the grind. I'm doing the side hustle thing. And then finally, after 5 years, my side hustle makes the same as my 9 to 5. I told you I'm a conservative entrepreneur. So I was waiting for my side hustle to make the same as my 9 to 5. At that time, that was around 50K a year. And I quit my 9 to 5 job, went all in on entrepreneurship, and things catapulted. Uh, I'm not going to talk about money, but I will talk about my favorite things I got to do. That's my dad. He's the first person I hired. That's my mom. That's the second person I hired. That's my wife, third person I hired. And then, so to me, it's family. It's family room shop. My mom does customer service. My dad's my affiliate business manager. My mom is the CFO. Oh, my mom, my wife. Um, we lived in a van for during the pandemic. This is where I got popular. I used to be popular as a dancer, and then became popular as a business money creator when I would share, hey, I live in this van, I have Wi-Fi 1 day a week, and from affiliate marketing, I made 80K last month, and I would talk about that. In 2020, I launched my very first class. So that's some people think, anyone that teaches money online is a bad person. I feel you because there's a lot of bad people out there, but this is 10 years. I did not teach anyone. I was just doing it myself, already a millionaire. And then I created my first class. And honestly, it's the funnest thing I get to do is to interact with people and help people. In my businesses, I make a lot of money in a lot of different ways where I don't talk to anybody. And this is the one business where I feel like I get to make an impact in people's lives, which is awesome. I had a book come out 2024 called Start Thinking Rich. It was a bestseller. Okay, that's enough about me. Let's talk about today. Today, we have a crazy opportunity at our hands. AI is everywhere, and AI tools are popping up everywhere. And I need a quick pulse check and be honest. How many of these do you use? Shout them out. So let me just pick out some popular ones. If you use ChatGPT, comment ChatGPT. If you're a Grok user, comment Grok. If you're a Veo 2, that'll tell me something about you. Grammarly, Notion, anyone? DeepSeek, Perplexity. Do I have any nerds in the house? Claude. Okay, I do. Interesting, interesting. So AI has all these tools, and because I like people who are super honest. Is there anyone here that's not using any AI yet? Just say not yet, not yet. Um, and that's totally cool too. There's so many that aren't on here. If you have your favorite go-to AI that's not on here, there's name that one. But I haven't seen anyone say not yet, so it feels like this is a very AI forward audience, which is great. Okay, so here's the thing that I think is really funny. We got all these tools. They're supposed to make our lives better. Automation, marketing. So we got Bart says not yet. Thank you, Bart. Shout out to you. You're about to, I promise. We got AI that's supposed to make our lives better, right? That's what they pitched us. They also pitched it's going to replace us, right? But it's supposed to it's supposed to make everything better, faster, smarter, can do things for us. It can make recipes for us when you take a photo of whatever in the refrigerator and be like, hey, you should do this. You got this left over. But you know what people are actually doing, which is I think hilarious. They're not using it to like make money yet. What they're doing instead is they're taking a photo, they're uploading it to AI. This is actually me in an AI version of, I don't know, some space outfit. And they're saying, put me on the beach with a coconut. And I'm gonna make fun. I'm sorry if you've done this. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just making fun of the concept. We have this AI at these AI tools, and you know what people are doing? They're creating these AI clones of themselves that are doing awesome stuff. Their AI clone, like, just went skydiving. Their AI clones on the beach. And I think it's so funny because the real person's like sitting behind a laptop, like, oh, make me do this. Make me learn how to do this. And then it's like their AI, it has a better life than they do. It's crazy. Or they're using AI to make like stupid. I sorry, I say the word stupid in case I don't want to offend any Pokemon lovers. I like Pokemon, but they're making AI to make cartoons like Pikachu. Or if they're naughty, they're using AI to do adult stuff. And this is just a reality that we're in. It's like we have all these tools that are supposed to make our lives better, but I just see people playing online. And I think that's changed though when I think of this one AI, because there hasn't been an AI yet that's designed to make us money until, if you haven't heard about this right now, guys, I'm so excited to show and hopefully be the first person. If you've already heard this, I think it's amazing, but maybe it hasn't been explained this way. There's now an AI that is designed to make you money, not designed to distract you. It's called Andromeda. Has anyone ever heard of Andromeda? Say yes or no in the chat so I have an idea. Andromeda came out, and literally, this AI has changed the game. It's designed to make you money. I'm not exaggerating at all, and I'm going to prove it to you. I could explain to you what Andromeda is, but instead I'm going to have the person who invented it with a little clip from Mr. Z.
One is just the transformation of the ad system, right? Where it used to basically be, if you wanted to run ads, you had to come up with your own creative, and you had to come up with who you wanted to reach. You had to have a sense of who your customers were and do a lot of your own measurement. And over time, we've just automated more and more of this stuff. So the basic end goal here is any business can come to us, say what their objective is. I want to get new customers to do this thing. I want to sell these things. Tell us how much they're willing to pay to achieve those results, connect their bank account, and then we just deliver as many results as we can.
Whoa, guys. Oh, I should have checked. Did you guys hear that? Did the audio come in? Please say yes. But I want to reiterate. Okay, good. Like, I got to reiterate what Zuck just said. And I don't know if it clicked for you, but when I heard this, I was like, what? So he said, we got this AI, and all you have to do is connect your bank account, tell us what you want to do, for example, what I want to sell, and we'll just deliver as many results as you want. Did you hear that? Please say yes. Say yes, I heard that, right? That's right. When I was like, what the wait. Does anyone feel like that sounds a little bit too good to be true? I mean, come on, Zuck. He's an evil billionaire. It's like, sure, let me just connect my bank account and you can steal all my money, right? Sounds a little bit too good to be true. But this led me on a path, and this path has changed fundamentally how I'm making money right now. And this is why I've brought you all here today. What's the catch? That's the thing. That's the exact question. It sounds too good to be true. You just connect your bank account, you tell Facebook what you want, and they'll make as many as you can. So here's what I did when I first heard this video. I was like, I'm gonna see how much truth there is, and I'm gonna see what is this catch. What is the catch to this? So I play pickleball. Does anyone play pickleball? Comment the word pickleball. Comment you're duper. Just kidding. Play pickleball. I'm a huge pickleball player. I have a pickleball court at my house. I play 3-4 times a week. And so to me, I don't know why I didn't think about like anything else, but I was like, sometimes all I do is think about pickleball all day. I was like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what Zuck's saying about Andromeda AI, and I'm going to try to make up a pickleball offer because, hey, why not? I like pickleball. So I went to ChatGPT, and about an hour of putting different ideas into ChatGPT said, let's make an ebook on how to create a pickleball business. And about 70 pages later, we had this pickleball money ebook. And it had chapters from, I think, 12 chapters from things of like this finding the opportunity of this fastest growing sport in America, pickleball, talking about how to create a paddle, talking about any other products you could create, talking about like even like electrolytes, because a lot of senior citizens are playing. Anyways, I made this whole thing in about an hour on ChatGPT. Um, and then I created a website. And then that website uses my software. It's called Bramify, and I have a lot of templates already built out. So that took about 10 minutes. And from ChatGPT plus 10 minutes, about an hour and a half in, I've created the Pickleball Profit Playbook: how to monetize a game without being a pro. 3 secret ways to make money from pickleball, and none of them involve winning a tournament. And all this was created with ChatGPT. I made a little video explaining the guide. And then I had Andromeda, the AI, make my ads. And here's where things got really interesting. I connected my website to Facebook. And yes, I did connect my bank account to Mr. Zuck. And then Facebook, Andromeda, actually told me how I should run, like what my ad should say. I connected my website. I had some ideas, and then Andromeda was like, wait. We're gonna actually take your website, we've scanned it, and we're gonna make not one, not two, not three, but 5 different iterations of the ad. And all of a sudden, my like whole entire ad, I had like 40 different ad variations in a matter of seconds. Now I was like, this is crazy. So here's the 3 ads that it created. These are just one version of each one that look different. And I just want to really quickly go over them so you can see. These are the actual ones that I was like, okay, I'm going to actually test this Andromeda thing. I created my ebook guide really quickly on ChatGPT. We don't win tournaments, but pickleball still pays us. How to make money from pickleball without being a pro or even winning. And then this really fugly ad: 3 secret ways to monetize pickleball that no one's talking about. All right. If you were a betting person in the chat, would you say that I made a profit from everything you've seen? And I'll be really say yes or no. And I'm going to show you the real results after this. I mean, I'll be honest. I kind of half-assed this idea. I'm maybe 2 hours in total, and and I was like, let me just see this thing, right? So I see, Leor. I don't know if that's how you say your name, but thank you for saying no. I appreciate you. I see a lot of people say yes, though, because obviously if I was no, I probably wouldn't be here today. I launched my ad campaign, and I had this idea in my head: with $5 a day, I'm going to test this thing for a week. So I was planning to spend $35 to sell my $97 ebook. And after the end of the week, if I didn't sell anything, I was going to turn it off. But here's what happened. This ad right here, Andromeda the AI spent $20.75. This ad right here, Andromeda the AI spent 63 cents on. And this ad, this really fugly ad that was the worst ad I've ever seen in my life, Facebook Andromeda spent $5.59. And dang it, you know what happened? I sold one. I freaking sold one. My cost per sale was $5.59 on this ad. My total ad spend was about $26. Here it is right here, $26.97. And I sold one. Alex says I don't see the ad. Just very quickly, these are the ads right here. Can everyone say ads to confirm that I don't have a technical glitch, that everyone sees these ads? Okay, thank you. All right. So I sold one. Now I'm going to ask you a question in the chat. I believe everyone's going to answer the same way. Would you spend $26.97 to sell a $97 ebook that you had ChatGPT create an hour? Would you say I would take that deal? Comment with the word deal. Because my friends, this is a deal that I would take every single day of the week. Actually, I would take worse deals. I would spend $50 to sell 97. I would spend 60. I would spend 70. I would spend 80. I would even spend $90 to sell something that's $97 and just take the $7 profit. I'd even break even. It's crazy. This is all Andromeda. So I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. Now, my profit here was whatever, $60 ish. And obviously I can't get rich off that. I have bills to pay. So I was like, let me take this idea further. I contacted someone that actually has a real pickleball business that's serious because I didn't want to grow a pickleball business. This was just an experiment for me. And I hit them up and then I said, hey, I'm testing out this Andromeda thing. I just want to run ads for you and you don't even have to pay me. I'll just make I'll just grow and I'll take a percentage of the profit. Because to me, I was like still experimenting. I didn't really understand Andromeda yet. I was just like, is this luck? I sold one thing. I got proof of concept, but can I do it? But because I love pickleball, I stayed in pickleball, made a deal, and this is a real ad account. And over the time span of a few months, I believe 90 days total, I had spent $17,860.84. That is how many sales I made. 300 sales. These are my cost per sale, $59.55. And this company is a pickleball educational company. You basically pay a subscription or you buy classes that on how to play pickleball. If you want to get better on pickleball, they have one site. They're what there's a few websites online. They're one of the sites and their players that teach it. So I did it all for them because I was experimenting, made the deal, and this is the real data of what happened in 90 days. 17, they were, by the way, they were not spending any money on ads before this. So 17, let's just call it $18,000. I connected the bank account to Andromeda and Andromeda took those 18K. It paid $64,256. And guys, this is not life insurance. I'm not selling complicated stuff. I'm selling pickleball. And then MRR stands for monthly recurring revenue. I was able to land $15,170 in monthly recurring revenue. This money represents money that was paid and delivered. This is money that's going to hit every single month. Now let me ask you another question. Would you spend 18K to make 64K? If you would, please comment the word deal. Deal. Because here's the thing. Andromeda. I started now getting like dialing into Andromeda. Like, why is it working so well? What is the difference? Like, I want to know about this AI thing because this is too good to be true. I'm wondering where the catch is now. And here's what I learned about Andromeda, this AI that's designed to make us money. It scans your website, every word. If you have a video, the video. It understands it exactly what it is you're selling, who it's for. And then Andromeda says, this is how you should sell the thing that you're selling. We'll do it better than you. Truth is, they are. And then they go to Facebook, where it can basically target the world, and it finds the people who are the right and most perfect people who would be more than happy to purchase what it is you're selling. And so far, it is proven to make a profit in every, not just one, not just two, not just three, but in every campaign I've launched. Fam, if you could comment every in the chat, because wouldn't it be amazing if you had an AI making money for you where every campaign, every business you launched, it would make money. And right now I have not found a loser. I just wanted to show this slide for transparency. Another campaign. Now I was like, okay, let me test it with one of my mini classes. I have a few classes. I make money as an affiliate. I sell physical products. I sell digital products. I've sold products in every single niche except adult industry, because I'm a Christian. This right here, what we're looking at is a mini class that teaches how to create content on Facebook. So then I did the same thing. I connected my bank account. You could see this was over a 30-day period. I spent $9,460. Here's examples of the ads. If you really want to see the exact ad, I'm happy to send them to you. But you could see the ads. And what my cost per purchase is the most important number was $48.28. If you've never run an ad before, it can seem very daunting. It can seem scary. but there's just one number that matters most. And this is definitely a write down lesson for you to remember because you're going to be running ads here soon with Andromeda, whether you do it with me or not. But this number is how much money do I spend for someone to basically pay me money back? How much money do I, another way to phrase it, how much money do I spend to acquire a customer? That's a nerdy way to say it. How much money do I need to spend for someone to buy from me, to bring in a customer? Most important number is this. All the other numbers don't really pay my bills. Unique clicks, great. I got 6,000 clicks. Will clicks pay bills? Nope. Great. My CPM is that. I don't even want to explain that. The only one that matters is how much do I need to spend to get someone to buy my product, right? If that makes sense, would you comment the word simple? Because I actually think with the way AI run ads now, it's simple. And you just got to know one thing. What is it you're selling? Or maybe you're a real estate agent and you're trying to get leads. How much do you have to spend to get someone to fill out a form, an application, to pick up the phone and call you? What's your cost per sale, cost per lead, cost per purchase? It's simple. Simple. That's it. Everything else is just noise. So I got AI doing this. Sorry, I kind of a teaching moment. I want to make sure you're learning along the way. $9,400 spent. Macy says, do you help us get something set up sell? I do. That's coming up soon, I promise. All right, this is the actual funnel. You can check the same date range. So that's November 14th, December 13th, November 14th, December 14th. Okay, there's a little day difference. Sorry about that. But this is that exact funnel. So really quickly, how much did I spend? $9,400. How much did I make just by selling the mini class? $11,434. Boom. Someone has to run the math on here because I didn't do this, but how much money did I make profit? Everyone can tell I made a little bit of profit by selling that, my mini class. I believe the price point was around $37. And so I'm up just like 1,500, 2K. I'm going to just take that 2K. So again, not the best deal, but I'm still happy to spend $9,400 and make 2K profit. Maybe you guys would disagree, but if you like that deal, comment the word deal. I'm happy to do it. But I didn't just make 2K because, and this right here is another lesson I want you to keep in mind. This right here, I would say, is when people say secret of making money online, this is the secret. The secret to making money online is, and I don't care what niche you're in. I don't care if you're a service, sell a product, or an affiliate. The secret is you never sell one thing at a time, ever. You never sell one thing at a time. So even though my ads and my copy and my landing pages all talk about one product, which is, hey, there's a mini class on how to create Facebook content, I have a deep funnel. And the funnel offers upsells, downsells, cross-sells. The best way to explain that is that when you go and get a burger, you never get just a burger. Burger companies don't just sell burgers. You go to a burger place, and of course, you got to get fries. And of course, you got to get a drink. Those are upsells and cross-sells. Burger places never sell one burger at a time. Same concept. So here's what happened here. My first upsell was Instagram. My assumption was if they want to create content on Facebook, they probably want to create content on Instagram. That put an extra $1,500 profit in my pocket. Then I had a different type of PDF I was trying to sell. That actually did not do too well. I only sold 2 of them, but it still put almost $300 in my pocket. Then I had a done-for-you offer. Anyone ever hear the word high ticket, like high ticket sales? A lot of people think that if you sell something for cheap or low, it cannot lead to high ticket. Well, that's wrong. And this is proof, another secret of the internet. In fact, having a low price product allows you to get more customers and more opportunities to pitch a high ticket service. So guess what happened? I got people that are purchasing a $37 product. They're making it through my funnel. And then I only sold 3 of my high ticket, which is a done for you, where we create Facebook posts for this person for this offer. And that put, boom, $4,200 in my pocket. And then I had another PDF that made another $1,000. So please, if someone is actually holding me accountable, $9,400. Here's all the math. How much money did I make? Obviously, I made a lot. But the actual numbers was like way more profit. So Andromeda is literally making me money. It's an AI that's designed to make me money. It's pretty crazy. This was the exact funnel. So sometimes when you think of like, well, I don't like how I don't know how to build a funnel. Is it complicated? Look how simple this is. It's so simple. Andromeda, I think the real magic here is that Andromeda is finding the right person who wants to buy my offer. That's the hardest part. Is like, I got this thing I want to sell. Everyone here probably has an idea in their head of what they want to sell, what they want to do. And it's like, how do I find the person? Guess what? That's being taken care of now. Andromeda is taking care of it's finding the right people. So value-based income, I'm not using OfferLabs, by the way. Um, value-based income. Everything I've just shown you is value-based income. I'm creating value. I've created something that people will buy, and then I'm creating what is called a ladder. So I showed you the funnel. This is the different way to phrase it. A ladder. Guys, I don't know if anyone here has a pen or paper, but draw this right now. This is the modern day Wi-Fi internet money business plan. This ladder is a representation of whatever idea you have. When I say you never sell one thing, it starts with this graph. So you have, I would love to get an example in the chat. Does someone, for someone here that maybe already has an idea in their head, but they haven't started or it's not successful to the level they want? Do I have anyone willing to share an example? We can kind of role play really quickly. Tell me what it is you do, what you want to sell, what you're thinking about, or if you're already, do you have a service? Are you a therapist? And just hit me with some ideas in the chat, and I can riff off any example because I've done this with all people, all stages, all walks of life on how this drawing can really help and create a value-based income for pretty much anyone and everyone. Um, so let's go with, okay, interesting hemp gummies. Wow. We got garden decor, cleaning service, tutoring, POS systems, tutoring, health and wellness. Okay, I'm gonna actually go with tutoring from Lakeisha. Lakeisha, sorry if I'm butchering your name. Okay, so tutoring, and I'm going a little off script here, but hey, let's do it. Um, let me go to. All right, check this out, guys. Going a little off script, but hey, this is what we came here to learn, right? Okay. And then I don't know if you could, if you're able to add a little more context now, because I picked you, like what any type of specifics to tutoring, but already in my mind, like I don't know if you're doing tutoring online or offline. If you're doing it just offline, doing it online is going to obviously make bank. But here's essentially how this would work, and this applies to pretty much everyone that commented the same concept. So the very first thing you want to do when you are thinking about your value ladder is you need a way to get a lead. A best way to put a lead is either getting someone's email or phone number. So it's a contact. You need this. Every successful business is able to get leads. So typically what you do is you create something of value. I talk about value-based income. I told you I was going to teach you about value-based income. So you got to think at the beginning, what can I create of value that someone would be willing to trade me their contact information for? Uh-oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Now I am. Um, Here we go. So tutoring, email, what can I create of value that someone can trade their email for or their number for? And then the very first idea is, and let me see, Lakeisha says, so she teaches math online, math tutoring online. Perfect. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So I'm just taking notes here. Math, just math. Okay. So math is the niche. Now, I imagine there's one-on-one that you're doing this for. And then I'm just going to give other ideas. You may be doing this already or not, but offering group. With group, you could do Q&A. And then the beautiful thing about the internet is that you can find people that you can partner with as an affiliate for pretty much anything. So affiliate for other subjects. And you can make money that way. And then let's say you can do, I'm going to make up something on the fly here. I'm making up this business in like literally 2 minutes. So here we go. Okay. So I do this all the time. We're going to do, this is how I would structure this business. One-on-one group Q&A, email, guide, class. Okay. Boom. This is a fully stacked multi six-figure business, what I just created for right now. And I only have time for one, but I would love to do this for each one of you individually, but I'll get into that later. So every single bitch, oh my God. Business, every single business. I cannot believe I said that. It's live and it's recorded. Sorry, mom. Okay. Every single business has, you have to get a lead and an email. And the first thing you got to do is create a product. So if I was tutoring and I was building a math company, the first thing I would do is create a mini class and guide. Here's what's great about creating a class guide or ebook or PDF. You have to create it once. It's a digital product. It's 100% profit. You create a low ticket price point. In fact, you could run ads with Andromeda selling a $7 or even $47 guide and just break even. And then guess what would happen? Every single person that purchases it, you get the opportunity to pitch, hey, do you want one-on-one help? And they ascend up your ladder. Or you could have a lower price offer that says, hey, I have a weekly call where I have a group, where I do a live session with up to 20 people, and you pay, let's just say, $97 a month or a price point a month. And then the one-on-one is usually more expensive. And then you can say, like, for the people who like one-on-one, like, hey, I love math, and then you learn that they're actually struggling with a different subject. And that's when you say, hey, I actually have a partner of someone I would recommend that you can join. And then you're just making a commission from referring that person. And then I just put this is when I say high ticket. Let's say you have someone, let's say there's a rich family out there who's their son's struggling with math and they got SATs and they're willing to actually fly you out for $5,000 to $10,000. And you just spend a whole weekend with this person getting ready for the SATs or in the math division. And this is how every single business, no matter, maybe right now you just have one of these, maybe you have none of these, but this is why I think this is the Andromeda AI-based value-based businesses is you got to think in terms of how can I create something small that leads to something big? And AI is going to be super great at, you can make a profit at each one of these steps. And I would say when you make all the steps into a ladder, that's where you turn it from a side hustle to big money. Big money. Guys, if you feel like you actually understand value income when I say the words value income, would you comment value in the chat? Value-based income. This is it. This is the modern day business plan. Awesome. I see a bunch of values coming in. And you can do it with every single niche. Start small, scale big. I've done this with all kinds of people. This right here is Madeline. I used to coach her at dance when she was 9 years old. She now is in college, and I flew her out. She was like, I want to do this, and she was going through a rough time in her life. Her parents were getting a divorce, and wasn't doing good. And I don't like when I have people or friends I know that aren't doing good. Flew her out. I was like, hey, let's build you a business so you can escape these problems, and go out on your own. So, this is where you start. Does anyone here have no idea where to start? Because this is for you. Say me. I have no ideas. Comment me. I'm lost. Or maybe I don't know where to begin. Julie says, can you enlarge it? This part's really not that important because all this information pertains to her. Yours is going to look different. But what I want to explain to you is, like, I work with beginners. I love beginners. As long as you're willing to work with me and be open, I love to invest in beginners because I think you have maybe you have a need of why you need to make this happen. Maybe you are curious. Maybe you just want to change your pace of life wherever you're at. But this right here is what I call a brain dump. It's a dump of all the information in your head of ideas, interests that you might have, background experiences that you do have. And trust me when I say, no matter what experience you have or you feel you have a lack of experience, there's ways to make money in pretty much every single niche. There's really no such thing as a bad niche. So Maddie, just to share, she wanted to do dance, fitness, and mindset. I told her that she's too young to do mindset, but she could do something with fitness and dance and try to speak to other people her age. And that's what she did. And so she's now creating content that way and built a value later business off that. This is another person named Lena. I do play a lot of pickleball, so I know a lot of pickleball players. She's a pro here in Austin. Same thing. So she was making money as an athlete, but she already knows, hey, I can't be an athlete forever. How do I build a business? So we created this is like the actual sketch of the value letter we built for her. And so just to share an idea, she wasn't doing any of this. Now she offers group coaching. Now people can offer her a high ticket one-on-one to fly her out. And the idea of like her offering that was like, no one's going to pay that. Trust me. If you don't offer it, they won't pay for it. If you do offer it, you never know. And it's been awesome to hear her results and success. But the value ladder applies to everyone. Here's one last example. This is Carl Bush, friend I've known for many years back in Dubuque, Iowa. He's a bartender. Actually, I take that back. He's a mixologist. And so he was doing the same thing. He's literally just working as a bartender. And he's like, how do I make money online? I was like, dude, you have a skill set that actually would translate very well online. Teach people how to make cocktails. So his guide, when he thought of like, how do I get people to come in, we created a bartender's alphabet guide. So like, this is just a mixology of how to speak the language of mixology because they talk different. And we created recipes, 31 pages. This thing is laced with affiliate links. If someone is trying to learn how to become a mixologist, they come across this guide and they get it for free, by the way. So he has to spend like $2-3 in ads to acquire a customer. And by the way, he does not make money. They download the guide, but if they just get one bottle of alcohol and each recipe has like 3 to 6 different tinctures and things, like this one guide could put $500 in his profit if they bought everything. So it works with affiliate marketing too, building value. So that's value-based income. It's amazing. Now, does anyone here want to learn about passive income? Because the ones I just talked about, value-based income isn't really passive. It can make a lot of money though. But who wants passive income? All right. I'm probably going to lose a lot of people in the chat right now because I'm going to keep it real. Fam, if you want to make passive income, you can't. From the beginning, you can't turn no income to passive income. This is the truth. You have to have an active income to make it passive. So this is why I told you and taught you about value income first. What I just showed you, if you build that, you can make it passive with AI, tools, outsourcing, and Andromeda now to keep that business and passive income going. But I just want to be clear, what I teach, all the things I teach can be passive. But if you're starting from zero, it's not. You got to build it. You got to set up the systems. You got to let Andromeda do its magic and sell it for you. And then you got to fulfill the duties of whatever it is you promised. After you do all those things and it's working, then we can make it passive. So that's just one thing I want to be super clear on. I got the biggest taste of passive income when I was living in the van. Before I was working 100-hour work weeks, making 7 figures, but working a lot as well. And we were right before about to go to the van, we realized we wouldn't have Wi-Fi all the time. We were going to be in boonies, Sedona, and middle of the mountains. And so we were like, well, we need to at least go to the city one day a week to check and do our work. So I was like, how do I take a 100-hour work week and put it into a 10-hour day? And so I had to ask this question, which is what led me here today. And I think it's a very valuable question you could ask yourselves right now. What is my money power? If you don't have a money power right now, we have to create it. But these were all the things I was spending most of my time doing with the 100-hour work weeks. And I was like, out of all the things that I do, what is the one thing that makes me the most money? And it was ads. And this was before Andromeda. Before. So ads is this skill set that's always been there at the forefront that's changed my life, which allowed me to uh, make money in all different types of niches. And I bring this up because once I learned and really focused on my ads power, like, and I'm now really in tune with what's happening with Andromeda, it's only become easier and easier and easier. Before Andromeda, it was much harder to do what I did in the van. I had to spend a lot of money. I had to hire a bunch of people. Now I don't need to hire anybody, and AI can do all of it. Before this was I had to basically outsource a bunch. And then like AI was not really there. It was more of like bots and tools. And then MP stands for money power, and that equal passive income. And today it's literally just Andromeda plus a funnel and a software, and boom, it can be passive. So, um, couple examples of where I've also used ads now to sell stuff. So, without showing my face, a lot of people think you have to show your face. Does anyone here want to make money without being an influencer? Say, uh, you could either say don't like, or say yes or no. If you basically want to be an influencer, that's great. You can. And I teach that too. Or you could say, no, I don't want to be an influencer. That's not for me. Um, so this is a protein powder for a women's fitness company. Obviously, I'm a guy. I cannot sell this with my face, but thanks to AI and ads, I can. So you can actually find a niche that's profitable and have AI create a bunch of stuff. This is my real email. Got a bunch of emails in there, 90,000. And I just did this right before I hopped on here. I typed in commission payment, and my email is loaded with affiliate payments that come in of stuff I sell. This is a real one that just hit 5 days ago. It's a software. I sold so many different stuff. I am just free game. I'm showing real examples of stuff I've made six figures in as an affiliate. None of these I've shown my face except for this one. But I want to show examples that, like, for those of you who are like, wait, I don't want to show my face. I don't want to be a content creator. Um, with Andromeda, you don't have to. So Peak Tea, you can find this in Target, Whole Foods. I've sold, I'm actually their number one affiliate. This is a travel nomadic backpack company and the number one affiliate. Here's a funny one. If you could look at my ears, I do not have earrings. This company sells gauges. I am their number one affiliate, and I do not have gauges. This is like a fitness, a cream for your hair. If you look on my Instagram, you will not find it anywhere. This is soap, like actually bulk soap. I sell that like as an affiliate using Andromeda AI. And this is like a real dashboard of mine. That's a combination of a bunch of stuff that I sell with Andromeda. Leor says you sold collectible toys for a company you used to work for. What? That's crazy. Wow, that's awesome. So it's proof. That's awesome proof. I wish you could hop on every webinar and say that. Thank you. But you don't have to show your face. Andromeda, and now with what AI can do by creating like characters or avatars, it's crazy. The future is not later. It's now. So I want to do a quick pulse check. Have you enjoyed this live? Are you learning stuff so far? If so, can you say yes? Or you can say, hey, no, this sucks. I haven't learned a damn thing. Awesome. Andromeda. You've learned about what I think is the best opportunity of our lives. Value income, passive income. Awesome. I see a ton of yeses. Thank you. Okay. And I would love to also invite you. And this is where I've seen a couple of questions like, what am I selling? What's my invitation? Why am I hopping on live? And this is it. And so just comment yes in the chat if I can invite you and tell you more about a 90-day scholarship that I have for beginners that teaches everything that I've showed you today, but in detail and in stuff. I see a bunch of yeses coming in. Yes, and is awesome. So let me just preface this, and this is true. Everything I'm saying, you can always fact check me. I'm about to gift you what I think is the best education, training, and coaching on how to create your first income online. And I'm not going to charge you for it, for the education. I'm going to charge you just a little bit. a little
Yo,
bit.
what's going on, Marie?
Really quick. Does anyone recognize this lady on the left, by the way? Her name is Marie Forleo. Um, she's been on Oprah. She's a huge business influencer, and she had this program.
Yo,
It's no
what's going
longer around, but it was one of the first
Yo,
programs.
what's going on,
Sorry.
Marie?
uh, called B School, and it was $3,000. This video is 11 years old, and she had this scholarship opportunity where you could apply, and she would gift her entire program for you for $1. So this is what I did. I submitted a video. This is 11 years ago. I'll play like 10 seconds of it. Super
My
cringe.
name is Adrian Brambila. As a dancer, I go by El Tiro, and I'm the founder of BrambilaBong.com, where you will find epically awesome.
I can't do it. That's it. You can find it on YouTube if you really want to watch it. But essentially, this was when I was like working at a cubicle, wasn't making money, and I was making probably like 500 a month, and I like knew I just was missing the information on what I needed to get to the point where I could really quit my 9 to 5. So, her course was $3,000. I won the scholarship. I was able to get in. Now, just because I got in didn't mean I didn't have costs back then. I basically had to pay for all of this stuff to basically run my business. It was actually still pretty expensive, but I could afford this. I couldn't afford this and this. So, just a heads up today, it's not as expensive as it was. Like, actually, software has gotten a lot cheaper. So, that program changed my life. I've flown out to New York. I've met her. I'm very confidently her #1 student out of, I don't know, probably hundreds of thousands of students that have taken her stuff. So that changed my life. And this is why I also want to do the same for a limited amount of people here today to offer the same scholarship that I was given. And so it's also something that I have done before. I don't always do. And so these are real people who were just like you sitting on a live with me. Maybe you followed me for a long time, little time, or maybe you just saw the ad and signed up. But I just wanted to show these pictures because these are real people, and we actually have real events in person. Should you also choose if you want to go after the scholarship's over, but where I gift awards. I love meeting you. I'll just share a couple examples. Like Andrea, she's someone who was a stay-at-home mom. Now she's actually making income, which is great. Courtney has an AI business now. This is Stephanie. She's the most successful person who has taken a scholarship. When she applied, she had a job that was making, I think, 50,000 a year. She now makes 50,000 a month. Also, huge disclaimer on Stephanie. My lawyers always make sure that anytime I talk about Stephanie or some other people I'll talk about too, I make clear that I'm not saying you can be like Stephanie. She is definitely one of a kind. This is Mark. He now makes over 20K a month. Also, super big disclaimer. Not saying you can be like Mark, but Mark's awesome. This is Robin. Let me just tell you about Robin. We had like a wellness day in Austin for scholarship people who graduated, and Robin is someone who has purchased every single class I've ever created since 2020. And she bought many classes and would sign up for coaching and did a lot. She's probably my #1 customer who's paid me. And I would actually tell her when I started noticing that she was buying all my classes, I would say, how'd you do on the last class? How'd you do on the last class? And she was like, oh, I got distracted. I got distracted. And I actually, one time she purchased a class of mine and then I refunded her and I called her. I said, Robin, please stop buying my classes. Like, you're not taking the information seriously. And then when I created this scholarship program, she wanted to join. And I said, okay, I think you should do it because this is not a course. And I'll explain what that means, but this is not a course. And now from this scholarship, is the first time she actually made money and has now made over $30,000, which is super amazing. So she was like someone that had shiny object syndrome, doesn't anymore. But amazing people. This is why I get to do this. I get to meet with you. I love you guys. We call it the Bram fam. And hopefully one day we can meet in person in Austin. So this is the 90-day scholarship. This is not a course. It's a cohort study. And so it's designed to answer this question. What's the probability of success for someone to make money online in 90 days from scratch? So think of it like a clinical trial for like if you have wrinkles and you were participating in the study, you would put the cream on your face, and they take a before photo, and at the end of 90 days, they take another photo, and then they see, did your wrinkles change, right? Same thing here. At the very beginning in day one, you fill out a survey that says how much money did you make in the last 90 days? What did you do? Tactics, etc. You take that same survey at the end, and this is how we measure the results of what you did in the 90 days. It doesn't matter what you did before. It's only what you do in the 90 days from where you start. And here's what's cool. We publish your results. And this is why I give it a scholarship, because it's not catch free. You have to promise you're going to fulfill your duty by doing the work, filling out the survey, and then you're giving us permission to share your result. And because we're so transparent, my ass is on the line if I publish a study and no one makes money. It's going to reflect bad on me and my team. So this is why we give you, I would say, not just some information, we give you everything you need to be successful. Here's what I mean by that. It's a 90-day commitment. We provide daily live trainings. Yes, let me say that again. Daily live trainings, just like the one you're here now. How many people have ever joined a class, bought it, and never heard from the person who made it? Never had any support. Hopefully that's not a lot of people done, because that does suck. We provide daily live training. On top of that, we have 24/7 tech support. This is really cool. Some of you might be grinding at 2 a.m. You could literally go and bother someone on my team in the chat and say, hey guys, I'm struggling. I cannot connect my domain, or I don't know how to do this. Can you help me with my funnel? And someone would hop on a Zoom with you at 2 a.m. It's true. We also provide complete step-by-step PDFs for every single lesson section. And of course, there's pre-recorded class as well for each thing that we're covering. So it's 90 days. We do all this. Why? So you don't fail, because we're going to publish your results no matter what happens. And we want to make sure your results are the best possible. And I know, because we've done this in the past, this is what it takes to really help a beginner out to do it. So is everyone following me so far? Does that feel like you're actually, like, this is actually a real opportunity where you get real support? Comment real in the chat. Awesome. So this is September 2023 is the very first scholarship we ever did. And like I said, we published the results. Here's what we published. And the more detailed version of this is online if you want to look it up. This was the total money earned from those participants in 90 days, $117,000. This, by the way, all of these scholarships, I've never taught ads. I've never taught AI. This scholarship, the reason why I'm doing this is to teach people AI and ads. I know it's going to be totally different. I think it's going to be the best results we ever had. Anyways, average income earned on the first scholarship was $1,300. And then the highest person earned $13,000. This is how many people joined. And this is the percentage of the people who made money. So 39% of people out of all these people made at least $1. And this was the average that they earned. This is real. I can't make this stuff up. And that's the first one. Now, and then this is the second one, 121K made total. Average income earned $2,125. And by the way, back then in 2023, we were teaching way different stuff. We were teaching how to make money using like Fiverr and Upwork. Highest income earned was 15K. 38% of people made money. So I remember when we did the next one on March 24, I was like, how do I get more people to make money as a percentage? This one had lower total income, lower average income, but 69% of people made money. That to me was the number I was most proud of. So most people made money, which is awesome. Again, 547 for 90 days is low for average. I'm telling you, it was low, but every single scholarship, we're testing a different business model. And so most people made money, but it was low. And this one was teaching Amazon influencer, in case you want to know what happened. So that's why the income was lower, but they had a higher success rate. So this was another one that we did that was also teaching Amazon influencer, but we tried a little stuff, and it did increase our results a little bit, but total income earned. So these are real results. and like, I dare you to find any other program online that's willing to put their ass on the line and show what their actual students make and what the averages and what the percentage of people that actually make money. You won't. That's because they're selling courses and we have a study. And that's why this is totally different. So this scholarship right here for that that I'm inviting you guys starts January 5th, and it's 100% new, and it's all focused on what we talked about today, AI and ads, Andromeda. And so the scholarship, so this is more like if you want like some behind the scenes, like this is the lesson plan of classes, what we did in the past. All the information in this scholarship is completely new. It's brand new. Videos, PDFs, resources, like pretty much all the information you need to be successful. And then Bramify is essentially the my software which runs your business. So these are real screenshots of real websites. I use it for all my businesses, and it's not just a place where you host your website. It's where you can email your customers. It's where you can set up phone calls like Zooms, like if you're running an ad to like sell something, you want to get someone on the phone, automatically scheduled in a calendar. It's a CRM, in case you don't know what that is. It's like it manages all your data of your customers. You can create AI agents within here, which you're going to have to do with what I'm teaching you. So you can go to bed, wake up, and then have hopefully money and customers interested because your AI agents are working for you. So this software is a true one-stop shop to basically do this. And this is what you need to actually, for all the things I'm teaching you. Plus, on top of that, I'm gifting you my pre-made templates for how I sell all my stuff. So if you want to sell a low ticket info product, you want my value ladder, great. I'll just send it to you. And it's already, and you don't have to rebuild anything from scratch. So this is why we can move super fast and try to get you results in 90 days with AI and ads. And we know that your funnel and website's already top notch because I built it for you. Okay, so the 90-day challenge, this is a true cost. You can fact check me. Go to our website if you want to try to sign up for this. This is what it costs right now, $2,997, almost $3,000. The software needed, Bramify, this is the actual price that if you were to sign up without not being on this webinar, is $3,500. So this is the total price for this AI and ads program. But today, I want to gift the first 20 people who sign up. Instead of paying $3,000, this is my scholarship offer for 20 people here today, $1. That's it. $1 for you to join instead of $3,000. And I'm about to show you the link. I'll make sure I'll give everyone a heads up. So in case we do sell out. And I do see some questions. I will answer all questions in the chat today. The software also is just $970 a year. So again, that's where you have to run your website, no matter if you sell e-commerce, physical project, digital product, have a service, it's CRM. This is the true cost of my webinar offer. This is only for 20 people here today. So I also want to be really clear, what's in it for me? And also people say, do I need this software to run the business? I can use WordPress. No, you can't. You do need the software. And I want to tell you what my evil plan is. My evil plan is that when you sign up, I teach you how to make money, you make money, and you use my software doing it. So at the end of the 90 days, you stay on my software because you have a real business and you're making money. You're not going to cancel your business unless it's not making money. And if it's not making money, I totally think you should cancel it or you should try something else. But my evil plan is that I teach you how to make money and you use my software to run your business. That's my evil plan. And I know, for example, if I do that right, people like Robin, who've tried many, many different things, like she's still a customer and she's been a customer for as long as we've been open. I know that Stephanie, who makes $50,000 a month on my software, is not leaving. I know Courtney, who runs her AI business, has AI clients. She's not leaving. I know Andrea's not leaving and Mark not leaving, all of them because they're making money, right? So that's my evil plan is I gift you my education. I don't charge you $3K for it. And you just cover the cost of the software. So, all right, this next slide is where I'm going to have the link for you to join. And I'll just say one last bonus, which I think makes this pretty amazing. On top of everything I've mentioned here today, we do about 4 scholarships every single year, or 4 90-day cohorts. And the price is always $3,000 for 2026. All of them are going to be $3,000. And by the way, at every single 90-day cohort is new material. So you actually, if you join today, you will never have to buy another course ever, because you can auto enroll in as many, all, or whatever other programs we create. You can always get in there. Your cost is always just going to be $1. So AI and ads is the next one. The next one after that, we haven't decided. It's either going to be based off like how to create a Instagram Reel series or YouTube. It might be YouTube ads. So, but whatever it is, as long as you essentially part of Bramify, you can always get unlimited trainings for free. So you can always rejoin. So it's pretty cool, right? Okay, ready to join? Link in 3, 2, 1. All right. The link to join is bramify.com/in. And then also, I know you probably don't usually see this on too many Zooms or webinars. If you want to talk to a real person right now, my teammate Sydney is ready for you. You can text her or call her if you have questions, personal questions. If something and by the way, I'm going to stay on here and answer any questions over Zoom. But her number here is 512-348-1321. And she can help you be just super real if you are or are not a good fit based off whatever personal question maybe you don't want to put in the chat. And I totally understand. So let me just do a quick recap, and then I'm going to start going through all the questions that we have in the Zoom until every question is answered. So we're gifting all of the 90-day challenge to you. Instead of $3,000, it's just $1, plus Bramify, the annual plan, at $970 instead of $3,500. You do not get charged for that today. Today you get charged just $1, because the 90-day challenge starts January 5th. And that's when the Bramify software will cost. That's when we start. And that's going to come with daily live trainings for 90 days. Yes, I mean daily. All the masterclass lessons, all the PDF resources. That includes 24/7 tech support. And then, of course, community access here. And I actually do have the community up. I wanted to show you guys because I want to show you that this is going to be, I think, one of the coolest opportunities that I've ever had with this scholarship. We have a really great audience of people. Let me just pull up my, here we go, share my screen. I'm going to actually go in the real community and show you. Is that okay? So this is the group right now. So you can see how many members we have. 289 members. Right now, for anyone that joins, what I recommend is you read this. It kind of gives a initial walkthrough of what to do, and you watch this video. And then honestly, all you should do is introduce yourself. But you can see we have real people here, but everyone is mostly asking questions like anything I should do to prepare, time to get serious. They're just excited and nothing. So there's no homework right now, right? We don't start. January 5th is when we start. But let me go ahead and share one of the archived groups. Let's go. Let's see if I can find a really old one. Yeah, it's a super old one. So this is an archive group. So that's almost 6,000 posts. Most of these posts get posted within the 90 days. So just to show you a level of activity, that's like when you sign up, this is going to be the first thing you check every single day when you wake up. It won't be Facebook. It won't be Instagram. The first time you wake up and you check your phone and you want to look up, you're going to want to check this group to see how your peers are doing, what questions are being answered. And of course, check, did you make money, of course, with whatever offer that you have. So in this program, I'm going to be working and making sure every single person has an offer or creates an offer or service or does affiliate. So I see it as essentially like three different categories of people. Either right now you already have a service and you just want to learn how to run Andromeda based AI ads and the systems to basically keep selling your service and scale it up. Perfect. Maybe you already have an offer, an idea in your head. Great. We're going to help walk you through and give you the best system to do that. Or three, maybe you actually have no idea where to start, and the idea of creating a service or a product seems really intimidating. I have a really cool opportunity for you. This is my backup option for people if they're a little nervous to start a business. So I think one of the best ways to get started from a beginner is an affiliate. And I, in this class, this will be the first time I've ever done this. I'm going to give you not just all my best funnels, but I'll actually give you my ads for an affiliate, a couple affiliate programs that I'm currently an active affiliate and currently spending money profitably and Andromeda. And I'm going to give you all that so you can literally just copy and paste and run it. Now, I want to put it with this caveat though. I'm offering this for everyone, of course, but I'm offering it for the people who they feel like they want their hand held a little bit more and they're not willing to start their own business yet. So, but they still want to participate in learning about Andromeda and to go through the motions of creating the ad and going through the analytics and the data. So I have that as an option. So in case there's people here like, wait, these people seem they're a little further ahead of me. They already have a business, they already have a service, or they already have an idea and I don't. There's going to be that option to do as an affiliate. And again, that's not just like my funnels where I say, hey, this is affiliate marketing. Go out there and go find an affiliate program. And I'll be like, it's more of like, this is an affiliate program. I've already spent $50,000 on ads. I've already made this much using these exact ads. Here you go. And I want to be clear for those of you, if that is like, oh my gosh, that's what I want. I want to be clear that that's the wrong mindset long term because you don't just want to copy and paste it because then you're not learning. It's more of like I'm doing this to help you get started, but you can't copy and paste your way a year from now. The game changes too much. But you can copy and paste to like keep the guards on the bowling alley and still try to get a strike. And then be like, okay, I get it now. Now I'm gonna try to launch my thing. So that's just a little clarification there. So I'm gonna go ahead and go open up the chat and look at all the questions, and then I will answer all questions. Let me just pop open my phone real quick, give a shout out to anyone who's joined. And then also, if you've asked a question that was not answered because I was doing this, can you please re-ask it or I'll try to scroll up. But let me scroll back here and we got a few people I want to give a shout out to. So let's give a shout out to Christopher. Welcome, brother. Kevin, excited to work with you. Toby, what's up? Luis, Shauna, Omari, Kemba, Robert, Jason, Amanda, and Macy. And oh yeah, Macy. I think I said that. Awesome. So thank you all for I don't know how many people that is already, but awesome. Super excited for you, that you all joined. You got City's number. Our automation should work pretty good and you should get everything. But in case you don't, the number's right there. Like, hey, I just signed up and I didn't get the access to the group. So great. All right, let me go ahead and go in the chat. Stephanie Grimm says I sent it last week. Awesome. Thanks for coming back and hanging out. Super excited that you're in. Ann says, I believe that I joined in early December. Awesome. So cool. Give shout out to Ann. Super awesome. Okay. Toby says, God bless you for that opportunity. Thank you. The link to join is brambify.com/in. Alex says, when are we charged? So you're charged for the software on the first day that we start, which is January 5th. January 5th. Okay. let's see. Tanine says, actually looks awesome. Great. Um, this is not Shopify. This is Bramify. I don't know if that's the question, but let's see. Bob says he's in. Welcome. Super awesome. Uh, Ketna says, wait, I lost it. Sorry. Physical products, AI ads. Sorry if I missed the question. I'm gonna assume you're saying, can you sell physical products? Yes, you can. Um, I actually have a really cool example. It might be a little bit of a digress, but I can show you. So you can sell physical products. Really quickly, let me share. Let me answer this question. E-commerce. E-commerce. I have someone that uses my software. Uh, who? Gosh, I'm trying to think of her handle. She has a beauty brand. She's an influencer. She lives in Japan, and um she is a Mexican living in Japan. Her content is basically about being a Mexican living in Japan. She's Mexican from Mexico and she married a Japanese guy. Uh, her name's Erica, but I don't know what her handle is. But oh, I found it. Okay, guys, I'm going on a full uh, tangent here. Let's see if I can find her. Oh no, I'm not logged in. That sucks. Let me see if I can go here. Erica Julieta Lasso. Okay, so this is Erica. She runs her entire business off Bramify. So she's like a mommy blogger essentially. And as a mommy blogger, she has a newsletter. She makes money from that. She has skincare products that from Japan that she sells in a Mexican market. And then she makes money as an affiliate. She makes money from all the different things, and she's awesome. I went to Japan recently with my dad, and I got to meet her, and she told me about all the different ways she's using Bramify, and she's selling physical products and making a killing. It was so awesome. Great example. And I'm actually gonna go back to Japan here in March, and I'm gonna link up with her again. But I'm always amazed of the people from all over the world now who watch my content, join, and are just doing good. So super cool. So I hope that answers the question. Can you do physical products? Very cool. All right. Let's see what else. Christian, on a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is it to follow your done for you campaigns? My done for you campaigns, 1 to 10, 10 being, I'm gonna say 10 being hard, one being easy. Probably if you're asking this question, I would say if you're asking this question, probably a 3 for you. Um, but it's probably just because you've never launched the ads before. But here's what I will say. After doing it one time, how easy is it for you to create your second campaign? A 2, and your third campaign, a 1. It's what you're going to be learning is a very repeatable, replicable system. Um, and for as many questions as you have, they will get answered. And we have 24/7 tech support. So it's gonna be pretty cool if you're like if you feel like you want like just be super clear before you launch the ad, have multiple pairs of eyes on it. Like, hey, am I doing this right? We got you. And actually, I want to look at everyone's ads. Like when I do my lives, I want to screen share and look what you have going on. Like it's scary and daunting to launch an ad in AI, even when you're following all the trainings if you've never done it before. But it would be nice if you could have even me say like, that looks great, do it. I think it's going to go well. Mike says, question, do you make more money from selling these classes or your regular ad agency company if teaching is less profitable? Why do it? So, all right, here's real transparency, Mike. Because you asked multiple questions in this. One question, do you make more money from selling these classes or a regular ad agency? Well, here's how I'll change your question. Do you make more money from selling classes? No. I make the smallest amount of money from classes. And I do that by design. I could make it my most easily. That's what most people do. But I want to always make sure my relationship with teaching and making money from teaching is always lower than what I do doing it. So I still make most of my money as an affiliate. I showed you real payments like affiliate income. I also have an agency. I also am a creator myself. I have brand deals. I have brand deal from a company called High Level. They pay 10K a month. I have other brand deals that like I'm a very much, I would say, an athlete, not just a coach. And I do that by design because uh, I think that I can stay small, nimble, and make an impact. Um, I'm not trying to be like a big, massive guru. I think I could. I mean, you tell me. Do you think I got what it takes? All right, but here's the second question. You said, if teaching is less profitable, why do you do it? So here's the thing: teaching classes is actually more profitable than everything else I do in terms of a percentage. So, for example, if I make $1,000 as an affiliate or $1,000 as teaching like a course is zero overhead. Affiliate marketing has some overhead, or like I have to run ads too. Well, I mean, it depends, but or like even with the agency, I have staff. I have 12 employees. So like in my agency, when we take on a client, it's not like just pure profit. Right? I have to pay my staff. I have to pay my team. So, anyways, I there's no question you can ask me about business here that I'm going to shy away from. So if you want to drill into it, I'm happy to do it. I'm transparent like that because this isn't my main income stream. So if this income stream went all the way, that's okay. But I love teaching people. It's probably hard to believe. I love teaching people. It is fun. My favorite thing is during the 90 days, I check the group first thing when I wake up, and I get to see results of or learn about results that you do. Actually, sorry, I'm going to digress here. Let me see. Let me see about something real quick if I can do this. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh no. I don't know which group it was, but see, there's there is one of my favorite things to do. I just don't know which group. Sorry. Okay. This digression is not working out. What I wanted to do is try to find those. I just thought of this one student who who shared a bunch of her struggles and then ended up making money. And then I was hoping to find it really quickly, but I'll have to have that prepared for my next Zoom. But because it's it's my favorite thing to go in the group and look at your comments of and your progress during the 90 days. I know you what I wanted to show you is my how I responded to her. I'll have to find it later, but it's more of like proof to what I'm saying because it's hard to find. Like I don't know if you're believing me or not. Does anyone believe me when I say I actually love helping people, like teaching people? It's fun. I love it. Okay. Um, let's see what other question we have. Nicole says, I'm interested in joining. Would it be a good fit for me to join if I'm starting a bookkeeping business? Oh my gosh, bookkeeping business would be great. So it would be amazing. And your value letter is going to look different because it's service. You have service. So you might have, so, but what we can do is, for sure, Andromeda, AI ads to scale up your current offers and it would translate very well. And by the way, you're not the first bookkeeper to take one of my classes. I've one in Iowa. Um, the other I don't know, but um, it's very applicable and it will help a lot. And the value ladder that I drew out earlier is very applicable to you. So Lior says, so if you have a Shopify store, how do you use Brambify? So the thing is, you don't need Shopify if you're doing Brambify as a truth. That's how I flip. Brambify is a more powerful system than Shopify. That's just truth. It's powered by High Level in case you are more tech savvy and you know that. Christina says so you have to pay 970 in January. Yes, the 970 in January covers the Brambify software for the entire year. And that is at a major discount for everyone here. So SC says, if I already have a Go High Level subscription, should I still subscribe to Brambify to be part of the scholarship? Yes, you should, because the other way is that you just pay the 3K. Um, so it's like I have multiple people who already have a different like Go High Level, and then they still sign up and they just call it their education budget. So maybe you'll just take my snapshots, and instead of importing them in Brandify, you'll import them to Go High Level, and that's totally cool. Jeff says, what time will the trainings be, and will there be replays? I have 9 to 5, won't be able to attend those times. So Jeff, majority of people have 9 to 5s. So all of the trainings, majority of all the trainings are going to be scheduled after 5 p.m. Central Time. So usually around 7 to 8 p.m. But we also do get probably like 10 to 15% international. So there will be a couple morning slots or after or mid-afternoon. And then everyone is always recorded. It's always transcripted. It's always summarized. And then that gets posted usually within the same few hours after. But we got that system down pretty efficiently. So they're all recorded though. And then I know that most people have, because most of the people that are either micro content creator. For some reason, I have or 9 to 5, and actually within the 9 to 5, I have a lot of nurses and truck drivers and then what's the other one? Nurses, truck drivers, and pretty much any intense labor job some people join. But I have doctors, lawyers. But yeah, I think if I had to say the one job that actually the most people have that take my programs, I think it's actually nurses. I don't know why. All I know is that nurses, that's a tough, very tough, demanding job. So it's like the idea of trying to make money without how tough it is. Nurses are superhumans. Amanda says, I also have GHL accounts that I can already use that. You would still need it'd be cheaper, more cost effective for you to still go to brandify.com/in and join. Otherwise it's $3,000. So I would just say, call this your educational budget. Same for you, Shauna. Leora says, did Erica start with Brandify? What about those that have fully developed websites for e-commerce? It's a very big deal to move websites to a new platform. So I think what you would do, Leora, is you could use Brandify to capture the leads. If you have like a giant e-commerce store, thousands of SKUs or something like that, you could use you would do two, and you would do an integration, and we could help you with that. But you could use the power of Brandify to capture leads, and then you can import your CRM into Brandify, or like all your data into Brandify, and you can use Brandify to send your emails, create your newsletter, and then when people click to buy, you could just send them to your e-commerce store. So you still get the engine and the power of Brandify, but then most of the e-commerce products, if you have a lot, are still housed on the other store. So to me, that's what I would do. Then you can participate in the 90 days, learn all the information you need, and you could still, now you've leveled up your e-commerce brand by having the power of Brandify to it. Christian says, thanks for answering. Awesome. SC says, can I run ads and start my affiliate marketing journey in the scholarship? Yes. Yes. Hopefully, I thought I don't know. I'm probably really behind in the chat, but I did answer that question. If you want more information on the affiliate, please let me know. But affiliate marketing, I am teaching that business model in this scholarship with AI, with ads. Will we get portions of the paid ads course that you have, or is the entire paid ads course covered in 90 days? Oh, here's I'll answer this. So this is for everyone. So in the 90 days, this is what makes it really cool. Everyone is starting at the same point, going through the same materials at the same time. So we have different milestones that we will achieve together, like build mode. So the first week. And then like creating your funnel and all the and then creating the ads. And my goal is that in the 4th week of this program, it's going to be launch week. So I'm trying to get you to launch an ad within 30 days. That's a lot. That's a lot of work within 30 days we're going to have to do. When your ad launches, like that's going to be launch week. And then we're focusing on the truth is after you launch an ad, it's not like, okay, it's all done. Like that's when the work really begins. But so we're like building the foundation of success and everything you need to like build a real business, build a funnel, build an offer, whether you're doing affiliate or service. And then we're launching even though everyone's ads are going to be different business, different niche, we're launching at the same time. And my goal is that everyone launches an ad within the first month, specifically in the fourth week of the 90 days. Because then after you launch the ad, then our challenges and obstacles are going to change. And getting to launch is a huge deal. That's going to feel like climbing over a mountain. So, and then the rest is like, okay, great. I launched an ad. What do I do next? How do I scale it? Hey, I just got my first lead. Okay, wait, I'm getting people to sign up, but to add to cart, but no one's bought yet. What can I do? And then it's all the training of how to increase your conversion rate. I don't want to get too technical because I don't want to scare anybody. I'm gonna if I say something technical like these words I'm using, you're going to know. You're gonna know like the way I know them. But yeah, so we're gonna get to that point. Cool. I believe you. I believe you. Nicole says yes. Okay, thank you. Shauna, to be clear, I have an agency level JHL, not just subscription, so I can use that instead. Shauna, I would say you still need it's still I think I answered this already. You still need to sign up for Brandify. That's just a better offer than paying for the bulk. Unless you just want to pay the 3K, you definitely can do that. But Brandify has AI agents. Yes, they do. To follow up with leads, they do. They got chat, they got phone call, um, they got synced up into your DMs on Instagram. Um, so the full works. Pretty cool. Amanda already joined. Amazing. Cool. What else we got? I understand that I can use Brandfit and manage my newsletters for e-commerce, and that could be awesome. But are all the ads done on Brandify, not directly on Facebook? No. The ads. I'm teaching you how to launch the ads in Meta in Facebook. It would be a disservice if I did them within a third party. That'd be a little. I feel like you're more technical, so I'm teaching you how to launch them in Facebook. Louis says, around how much money will we need for ads on average? So you need at least $5 a day. And I'm gonna take a bet here. I believe that if you follow this program within 30 days, we're gonna launch your ads. And I think this is what I believe. Within 10 days of you launching your first ad, even if you're a complete newbie, beginner, you're gonna make your first sale. That's my hope. That's what I believe what's gonna happen. Um, and then it's gonna be pretty crazy from where to go from there. But you need at least $5 a day. Hector Kraus, I got on training late, so if you went over this one for everyone here, I've done this scholarship and made money and continue to make money with the way you showed. This is 2 years later. That's awesome. What's up, Hector? Two, this is 100% different from your scholarship. Yes, this is 100% different. It's AI ads, launching your own offer or doing affiliate marketing, and 100% new material. Three, I think you just covered this, but we can be affiliates of yours to run ads. Yes, you do. I would use it for my dad's local services. Oh, awesome. Cool. Yes, you can do it as an affiliate for me or I have a couple campaigns ready to go of other products that I sell, which you can use. But yeah, I think learning how to run ads is a superpower. So you can apply that superpower however you like. SC says after the 90 days, and if someone becomes really proficient, what can be a reasonable ROI I can expect on ads? I know it depends on different factors, but what would you say for an average person is learning ads is a good skill to have in terms of leverage? So you're asking me a question that's based off your data. In fact, let me just show you this. You got to think in terms of, I'm not going to make up a pie in the sky. I think this is the best way to teach this answer because I get it. You want to know. Um, Let me scroll back to my presentation here without making everyone dizzy. I'm doing this right now. Here's how I want to answer this question. I think it's the best way, I think, to the right framework to think about it. So check this out. This is a great teaching moment. If you're still on the fence and you don't know about me as a teacher. Wait, let me go here, here. Okay. It's a fair question. What can I expect to make? What's my going to be my ROI? All right, here's how I think of it. Okay, let me just read it. Now that I got everything sorted here. Here's the question. What can be a reasonable ROI I can expect on ads? I know it depends on different factors, but what would you say for an average person learning ads is a good skill to have in terms of leverage? Okay. Well, first I'll say learning ads is it a good skill to have in terms of leverage? I think it's the most valuable skill there is because you can apply it to any niche, any opportunity. You can use it to create an agency. You can help a local business out and get paid to do it. You can be so good at it from what you learn here that you could sell products on your own as an affiliate. Don't talk to anybody. That's how I make most of my money. It's a superpower. Now, I want you to reframe your question though in the way I think of it. Because that's a question I could ask myself. What's my ROI on my ads? And you got to think of terms of like this is how I would frame it, right? So I showed you this real product of mine, uh, and this was a 30-day window where I spent $9,463. I showed you this, right? And this was my funnel that I made. And I think I made like I doubled my money a little bit more. So I spent $9,400 and I made around like 19 or $20,000 or something like that. Someone can fact check me on the math, but um, so so I basically doubled my money. But I don't think of it in terms of like what's my ROI, what can I reasonably expect? I think of like this is one offer. This is one campaign. And unfortunately, ads don't work even with Andromeda where I can say, hey, I made $9,400. I put $1 in, it paid me two. Let me increase my budget to $900,000 for next month. And I'll expect the same. It doesn't work like that. So scaling is like incremental adjustments. And sometimes when you make an adjustment, it may not work, so you might decrease. But every single day you're making adjustments. So I'm gradually rising to $9,400. But what I want you to rephrase is like, how do how do I come up with a profitable offer that I can scale, create a value-based income and a passive income? This is what I've taught in this webinar. And so this is one offer. This is not my main offer. This is not all my money. This is one offer where I spent 9,400 and I made about 10,000. And you got to think, if I have one, how many I could do it again. I could have multiple offers. And at each ones I can be scaling and growing and testing. But it all starts with a $5 a day ad and you work up from there is what I'm teaching. So it's really about like what's one offer you can scale and then getting to a point where if you want to make it passive, great, or you're going to try to keep leveling this one up and then can you do it again? And can you create another offer? Some campaigns will be like this where you put $1 in, you make two. Some campaigns you might spend 10,000 and make 11,000, but it's still great. I think anytime you make a profit, it's great. The only thing you just want to do is not lose money. So it's more of like you're gonna understand what a good opportunity is. You're gonna understand your data, and that's gonna be how you determine uh, what your own return on investment is on ads and what you're comfortable with, what you like, what you don't like, based off your risk tolerance. And yeah, so hopefully that's a more detailed answer on how to look at it. So let's go back to here. I'm gonna check my phone and give some shout outs because I see a bunch of more people who joined. And then I'm still here, guys, to answer any questions. And also Sydney, um, my teammate, if you want to talk to her on the phone, if you want to ask her a personal question, see if this is for you. It's 512-348-1321. Okay. Let's give a shout out to Jeff. and Amanda, Jason, Robert, Kemba, Omari, Shauna, Luis, Toby, Kevin, oh my gosh, Luwoli, sorry, I butchered that. Bird, Anthony, Emily. Awesome. Super stoked to have y'all. Excited to work together. Um, what other questions we have in the chat, fam? I think I made it through all of them. Okay. So Leora says, got it. Been a fan of you, Adrian. Oh, it's a long message here. Let me read this one. Fan for a long time. Just call. Excited to learn about AI and ads. Excited to work with you because I feel like this is Brandify might have some benefits for me down the road, but it has little to do with me learning ads with Andromeda and Meta. I need to get platform. Long. I know I have very large better interested work. Lior, can you do me a favor? If it sounds like you want to learn AI and ads, but because you have this, it sounds like you have a large e-commerce brand. So I think you for sure should call Sydney, um, and then see what we can work out. So give her a call or shoot her a text. And first of all, thank you so much for your consideration. You said you've been following for a long time, so I can always say just be generous, grateful that you've done that, and I appreciate that, and I will means a lot. I see there's still people here in the chat. Let me know questions. Or is everyone here just waiting for me to accidentally say bitch again? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to watch that back. Oh. Um, fam, it's what a, I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to help. Looks like Hector just joined. Welcome, brother. Excited to work together again. I can't wait to hear of all the stuff you're doing. You're still making money. I want to know, man. Hook us up, brag. It's a safe space. Um, but fam, I'm here to answer any questions. Brandify.com/in. Leor says, what's the Andromeda equivalent for Google Ads? There isn't right now. This is why this is crazy. So, um, Google and Facebook, just to make it very obvious, do not like each other. They're competitors, right? So, they're both places businesses spend money to advertise. Google has long been the dominant ad place you run ads because it's like if you sell pizza, you can run an ad when someone says, I want pizza. It's very match made in heaven, logical type of ad. Facebook, you can run an ad saying, um, buy a pizza. And you can target someone who loves pizza, but they just ate pizza, so they don't want to eat pizza 2 days in a row. And Facebook did not know that. So Andromeda is now changed that where the data and the AI is so good, it's going to know more about the behavior of the person and the sales psychology of this person, what stage they're at. And it didn't have that before. And now Google is being left behind. So Andromeda is truly revolutionary. Robin says, how do you get an affiliate company to give you access without tons of followers? That if you're trying to get in and they reject you, I would contact them in all the ways that you can, slide into their DMs, send them a comment, contact the email address, find even the people owner on LinkedIn, because typically they'll just reject you because they think you're like spam. But if you send any type of human effort and you just make a pitch like, hey, I really want to be an affiliate for you. I know I'm just new and starting out, but I love your product. I would love to work with you. Typically, you'll get in. Angel says you have a case study related to real estate. I have many realtors, brokerages, mortgage people. Sorry, I'm not in the real estate niche, but I've had pretty much every single, I've had multiple people in the real estate niche take my programs. And then some of them have applied it to their business, and then some of them have tried to start side hustles. What I'll say though is that this scholarship in particular is, I think, the best program. Well, it is the best program I've ever created, but it's also the most best relevant program if you're trying to learn marketing skills to grow your uh offline business or to grow your service-based business. So, um, I don't like a lot of my case studies are uh you can go to bramify.com/results. Let me see if that's the right link. Sorry. Yeah. So if you want to look at like case studies, I have so many in here and I don't know which ones are being featured. We change this page a lot, but I don't know if one of these is a real estate or a realtor person. And we have multiple pages. This is the only one. I have to even double check if that's the latest one, but we have one. I know we have one that has like hundreds and hundreds, but I have no idea. I just know that I've have multiple people in real estate have taken my classes, but this one that see in the past it was like I taught like different ways to monetize online, which wasn't I wouldn't recommend for like if someone's like, "Hey, will this help my real estate practice or help me get leads?" I would have been like, "Not really." But this one, starting January 5th, is about how to get leads using ads. So it is super relevant if you're trying to grow your practice or try to get leads. Okay. I see some questions. Next, Christian, what's your biggest profitable campaign yet using Meta ads? An additional question is when you say Meta, are you using Facebook, Instagram? My course teaches both. It teaches Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, so when I say Meta, I am implying both Meta, Facebook, and Instagram. So you will learn both those platforms, how to run ads using Andromeda. And then what's my biggest profitable campaign yet? Um, I think my best campaign is paying me a ratio of 3.7 to $1 spent. But I have, geez, I probably have like not 100, not 100, more than 50. I probably have like 70-ish campaigns launching or running right now. So I feel like it's pretty decent. Um, Leora says if you have like 1,000 products and you want to use Andromeda, ideally you're running $5 ads per product per category of product, just a whole general website. I think that's more a strategic question. So, for example, if you have 1,000 products, not all of your 1,000 products are created equal. I think you would need to do a little bit like I think this is where if you joined, we could collaborate more in depth. But to get an answer out of me right now, I would say um, you wouldn't want to do that. You'd want to you'd want to start with you'd want to select the products and there'd be strategic reasons why you would start with a batch, not blast 1,000. Um, but yeah, that question has a lot more depth to it, which I just don't have time for today. But that's a great question if you were part of the program to be able to work with you on. But what I will tell you is like I think you got to be more strategic than just I have 1,000 products, boom, shotgun blast. What are the questions we have? Any other questions today, fam? Who here thinks they're going to launch an ad in January 2026? Whether you're doing it with me or on your own. I just think as long as you're doing it, that's what I care about. Amanda says me. Robin says thank you. Christian says, do you have any experience with contest ads? Yes, I do. Hector says 100% me. Let's go. Ann says me. Sick. I love it. I mean, January is the best time to, I think, to launch a business. There's like a culture of change and trying new things that just makes January great. I feel like New Year's resolutions, people like, it used to be like a cool thing to do. And now people like talk smack on them. Like, no, man, I like the idea of new year, trying something new, giving it a go. So, I feel like the questions are dying off. It's getting pretty late here. I'll do a quick recap and then, like I promised, I'm here to answer any questions if you're on the fence. We've had quite a few people sign up today. We probably just have a few spots left. Oh, we had 15 people sign up. So 5 spots left just for this webinar. Okay. Uh, Bramify.com/in. And oh my gosh, I forgot a bonus, y'all. Holy crap. Okay, if you were waiting for a reason to join, this is it. I don't think I can't offer anything better for you. Fam, Bramify.com/in for all the reasons that I've said already that you should join. If you've been waiting, I forgot I had this slide here. On top of everything, I'll actually pay you and reimburse you for your first $100 in ad spend. The catch is you have to sign up for this webinar at bramify.com/in. If you do not do that and you sign up after, and I'm about to hang up because it's 9:56 p.m. for me and I'm tired. So, and if you already did, you get this bonus. So don't be like, wait, I signed up already. You get it. So if you're someone who's like, dude, and you get a free, you get $100 to spend on ads. That's it. So it's bramify.com/in. Cool. All right, final recap. January 5th is going to be a life-changing date. We got just under 300 people who are all going to be learning about AI and Andromeda ads with me. And what I think is going to be the best 90-day scholarship I've ever created. I think it's going to have the best results it's ever created, highest income it's ever created. I think we're just going to break all the records. So, um, if you want to join, highly recommend doing it right now because on top of getting it for just literally $1 and just paying the annual Brandify plan of 970, which actually today you just get charged $1, 970 gets charged on January 5th. I'm also going to pay you $100 or reimburse you $100 for ad spend. Um, that's pretty generous. Oh, Lior just joined. Awesome. Welcome. Excited to work with you, especially in dial in those e-commerce questions. So in the 90 days, you get daily live trainings just like this. If you've enjoyed this, all the masterclass lessons, PDF resources, 24/7 tech support, the community access, which I pulled in earlier, Bramify, which is the one-stop shop to run your entire business, selling anything digital, physical, AI tools, AI automations, and agents. You can send emails, text, newsletters, and it's a CRM. So bramify.com/in. Or if you want to double check and have a more personal one-on-one conversation, you can. I know that it's not offered very often. You can call 512-348-1321. You can text it too. And that's Sydney. She's my teammate. She's awesome. She keeps it real, especially if she feels like you're not going to be a good fit, or just the opportunity's not right. I'm a big believer in timing. So it may be a good opportunity, but it might just be the wrong time. So, okay. Brandify.com/in. I see one question again. If you keep firing questions, I'm gonna answer. Question says, how do you have so much time to give group classes every day for 3 months straight? Isn't it quite obvious? I'm it has to be quite obvious. Most of my income is passive income. So I have the ability, dude, you know what my days are filled of right now? Like, let me think about what I actually did today. I have a 7-month-old baby and I played with her for, I mean, it felt like all day, but hours. I went downtown. I did a 2-hour walk with the baby and then I ate brunch. Um, I got back around like 2 p.m., played with the baby some more, cooked dinner because we had some guests over. I usually don't cook. I have a chef, but not on the weekends. Um, And then I hopped on here. This what I've done. So I did this webinar at 8. Today I've worked 2 hours exactly. My business is passive. I have passive business. So why I say it's obvious is because I'm living proof of what I'm doing. And I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur. I build businesses to fuel my life. I I do not optimize actually for money. I optimize for time. That's what I teach, because I think time is more valuable than money. I also recognize that I've reached a point financially where I can say that. I do recognize for most of my students they're trying to get to that point, but I also feel like from talking to people who make a lot more money than me, they there's people who just keep growing and growing and growing aimlessly. So to me, like I am not like if anyone here follows Alex Hormozy, who was dead set on being a billionaire. That's not me. That's not my goals. My goals is like not try to work all the time and have fun, play, play lots of pickleball. Anyways, that's a big tangent. Mike says, I think you were a teacher in a previous lifetime to be loving teaching this much. Maybe. You know, my first business was teaching people how to dance. Um, and I taught at dance studios. That was like my first jobs in college, teaching. Not my first job, but like I taught dance. So I've been teaching a long time. Just all kinds of things. But yeah. Okay, fam. This is your last chance because it's 10 o'clock. I'm getting off after I do this recap. So please join, so you can get all the bonuses I talked about today, including $100 ad credit reimbursement. So brandify.com/in. 90 days. We start January 5th. It's going to cost $1 today, and then 970 for Brambify software that kicks in January 5th. Daily live trainings, masterclass, PDF resources, 24/7 tech support, and everything you see here, plus more. I'm excited for everyone that joined. Thank you. Excited to work together. Um, and then if you want to have a personal conversation to just double check this for you, you can text or call Sydney. That's 512-348-1321. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Um, Appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you learned a lot. And even if you did not join, hopefully you feel you got awareness now onto what Andromeda is and how it's finally the first AI that can make us money. And so whether you join or not, I wish you the best of luck, especially in 2026. Hopefully you make it the best year yet. And if you did join, excited to work with you so we can make that happen. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Peace. God bless.